everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today we are doing the June update for my Project Polish 2024. I have 5 polishes that I've been working on and this update seemed to have come so fast. I know the previous update I had about a month and a half's worth of progress because I was blowing through polish in April. So I filmed that one early, so the last update was late, and now it's like, oh my goodness, I feel like it's been 2 weeks since I last updated you guys. But I do have an empty, I do have some good progress to show you, and if you can tell by my nails, I'm also going to be rolling in a new polish because this is something I want out over the course of the summer. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So these are all the polishes I have previously finished. And then we have this little set right here. Not the most summery, but that's what's currently in the project. So let's start off with this dark green here. Again, most of these are going to be familiar from my Plan to Pan nail polish for this year. And that's where this new one is coming from. But that first one is the one I finished, and it is a little mini Essie in off Tropic. I was all the way down here last month. You guys can see I'm like a little bit further. I'm like way down here now. It took me an additional 2 uses to finish this guy off, bringing me to a total of 18 uses in this project. Now again, once it becomes too difficult to work with, that's when I call it. Yeah, there's like not much coming out anymore. I am so excited to have this one out because yeah, this really more of a fall color, I think. All right, with my empty out of the way, let's move on to what has been kind of my nude polish. And I've been making really good work on this one. That is my Revlon Super Lustrous Nail Enamel. This is in the shade 125 Blushing. You guys can see already, like this one settles so nicely. I'm making really good progress on it. This is where I was a month ago. I've worked it down just a little bit further. Like that's a really good dent, though. It might be my largest looking dent. And it is narrowing, widening out the further down we go, so it's going to be harder to get that progress as I keep moving down. So, good progress. I do expect this one also to slow down a little bit because it is kind of my nude equivalent. And even though this is the oldest polish that I've rolled in, technically, I think I want to focus more on like these summery colors. So, don't expect a ton of usage on it, expect some usage. Hopefully enough still to mark. But yeah, this is getting me 7 uses since last update, 24 on the bottle. So we're getting progress. Next up is the red, which besides for the dark green, which was only 2 uses to finish, this was my least used polish. And I expected that along with the pink to be my most used. But that red is from Essie in the shade Really Red. It is a beautiful summery red color. And just enough to make a proper progress mark. So that's where I was last month. That's where I am now. I've got less than half of the bottle left, which is really exciting. I reached for this 6 times since the last month, and at least one of those was a pedicure. May have been 2. I'm trying to remember. Maybe just 1. At least one of them was a pedicure. 6 uses in the last month, bringing me to a total of 17 uses in the project, which is starting from that first mark there, because I had use on this one before. Next up is this very bright, vibrant blue color. This was actually my most used color. I used it as a pedicure once. The rest of them were manicure uses. That is also from Essie in the shade 772 Butler Please. Almost brand new when I rolled it in last month. It is here. I may have marked that slightly high. It may have been a little bit lower, but oh well. This one is kind of hard to see on that side. Yeah, slightly too high. Whoopsies. But you can kind of see where we're at. This one I reached for 11 times. My goodness. So, total of 11 uses in the project from that first mark there. That's a pretty good dent. That's like a quarter. A bit more than a quarter. So, somewhere in there. I'm pleased. I am pleased. Then the last of my current polishes is this beautiful purple. It does lean more fall. The pink hasn't come through as much with that pink shimmery sparkly goodness, but it's nice to have a deeper color for rainy days or just to switch things up. And that is coming to us from Sally Hansen. This is their Insta-Dri line as part of their Pride collection. So this is in the shade Berry Spirited. This was untouched as of last update when I had rolled it into the project, and I have gone it to this point here. I have used it as a pedicure, I think, twice. and then some manicures. I've reached for it a total of 7 times, which is 7 uses on the project and 7 uses on the bottle. So obviously quite a ways to go, but this, I'm not concerned if this lingers into fall because it's going to be a beautiful fall color. So those were the polishes that I currently have in, and I did consider not rolling in this polish, but because this was part of my plan to pan for this year, and because I want to get it out before the fall, so I want to have that 2 months to be able to work it through. And that, of course, is this shade right here. It is on my nails as well. This is my last 6 milliliter bottle from Cosmic Colors because they've upped it to 7 milliliter bottles, which is quite nice. This has no name, but this is what it looks like, as you guys can see. This same issue I've had with all the Cosmic Colors. They are nice colors, but you have to build them up. Like this is like 3 thicker coats to be able to get this kind of color payoff. I always get nervous when I start with these nail polishes because the first coat looks terrible, like so thin, not a whole lot of the color payoff. And especially with this color, I mean, my nails just kind of look stained. But it does build up. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I kind of go back and forth a little bit on like, oh, that's kind of pretty, and then I hate it. So we'll see how this one goes. But this kind of bottle, like, because it's going to require so many coats, I should be able to like kind of blast through this one fairly quickly. So fingers crossed. I have used up 2 of the 6 milliliter Cosmic Colors before. We'll just kind of see how this one goes. It is basically completely full. I've just done the swatch and then this manicure so we can kind of test it out and I can get a picture for you guys. So that was my color story over the last month. And this is currently the new color story. So a little bit more summery appropriate. In terms of goals for the next month, I think my main priority are going to be on these 2. The blue and this kind of like greeny, bluey kind of color. Just because those are the most like intensely summer. The other 3, I do think can still work for the fall. Like the red one, I don't want to linger too far into the fall because this is hidden winter. Like that's no longer like gonna work. But the other 3, even though these have been in a little bit longer, I am fine leaving them in, getting some usage on them, and really prioritizing the most intensely summer colors. So those are gonna be my goals. I don't think I'm gonna have anything empty for next month, so I think this is just gonna be a progress month, but that is absolutely fine because I do have 5 polishes, which is kind of, I think, my maximum, because otherwise I start to feel like I'm spreading myself too thin. But that is going to wrap up today's project polish update. So another empty bites the dust, another thing coming in to get some use on. So let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe so you don't miss my panning content if you're enjoying it. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.